Welcome back. It's another week in the NFL. It's week 5, and here are my picks. Last week I went 10-6 again, but overall I'm 40-24, so I like where I'm at currently. Also, shout out to the wife. This will be the new NFL Picks hat. I'll be wearing it the rest of the season. But here we go, Thursday Night Football, and oh my gosh, they need to get better matchups. I cannot stand this. They've been doing this. They did it last year. They're doing it again this year. Not a lot of good matchups. You got the Bears and the Commanders. I mean, who wants to watch this? Whatever. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Commanders. They look pretty good against the Eagles. They bounced back after that really bad week. The Bears look pretty good. I mean, Justin Fields had a really good week, but obviously couldn't get the win. But I'm going to go with the Commanders here on Prime Football. I think this is going to be a really good game. You got the Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. Bills had that bounce back win against the Miami Dolphins, and a lot of people, including myself, thought the Dolphins were the best team, one of the best teams in the NFL. But here, I'm actually going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They won in London. They're back in London again. Shout out to the Toy Story football. Watched that with my kids. It was a lot of fun. So they're staying in London for back-to-back weeks, which is pretty crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and choose the Jaguars to win London and beat the Bills. I really like the Texans, man. They pulled a surprise win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. So again, I'm going to go with DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud. I really like that group of guys, so I'm going to go with the Houston Texans in this one. Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. The Panthers had a strong start in that first half, and they were super close to getting their first win of the season, but they couldn't close it out in the second half. However, you got the Detroit Lions, who had that really, really good win against the Green Bay Packers. They took over Lambeau Field, which is not an easy thing to do, and they got the extra couple of days of rest, so I'm going with the Lions here. Next up, you got a division showdown here between the Titans and the Colts. I'm all on board with the Colts trade. I like what the Colts are doing, man. I like Anthony Richardson. I like Michael Pittman. I'm just really not sold on the Titans. I know they're doing okay already in this season, but I like the Colts in this matchup. I think the Colts win. Giants and the Dolphins. The Dolphins need to bounce back here if they want to still be considered one of the best teams in the NFL. There's no shame to losing the Bills, but if they want to still remain at the top, they got to come out here and just bounce back. The Giants, man, what can you say about the Giants? The Giants are struggling, man, and I know they were down a few guys Monday night, but things aren't looking too good. I would be surprised if they beat the Miami Dolphins, but I'm going to go with the Dolphins in this game. The Patriots got smacked down by my team, the Dallas Cowboys, losing 38-3. Saints lose their game against the Buccaneers. Derek Carr kind of struggled there, trying to go with his injury and whatnot. This one's a really tough matchup in my opinion, and one difficult to choose. The Patriots aren't in a really good spot. Benching Mac Jones. Bill Belichick said there was no reason to have him, but there was already rumors about him being controversial, right? Like, is he going to be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season? So here in this game, I'm actually going to go with the Saints. I think the Saints bounce back and get the win here against the Patriots. A good old-fashioned NFC North showdown. You got the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are looking to desperately bounce back after that horrendous loss against the Houston Texans. And the Ravens, they had another really good division win against the Cleveland Browns. I think the Ravens continue here, and they continue their role, and they continue their wins here. So I'm going to choose the Ravens over the Steelers in this matchup. The Bengals, man, there's a lot of things not going right over there, but the Arizona Cardinals, obviously they beat the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago, and they actually were very competitive against the San Francisco 49ers until the wheels came off the train in the second half. Weirdly enough, I like the Cardinals in this matchup. I think they're a more physical team. I think they're more united, and even though they have more losses than wins at this moment of the season, I think they fight for each other. So I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals to beat the Bengals. The Rams got a win against the Colts. Came down to the wire there. A little bit too close. The Philadelphia Eagles on the other side, a little bit too close for them as well. Went into overtime against the Washington Commanders. As much as I hate to say it, I think the Eagles win this one and they start the season 5-0. The New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Both teams finally showing a little bit of flavor. They're finally showing a little bit of fire in their team. The Denver Broncos came back, got their first win. Granted, it was against the Chicago Bears. But the New York Jets, man, if there was ever taking pride in a loss, Sunday night would have been it. Zach Wilson played really, really well. So for that reason, this game is actually very interesting. The Jets are desperately looking for a win here. The Broncos are looking to build off of that success here. This one's going to be a tough game. Tune in this game. It's going to tell a lot about both these teams. And even right now, I'm having a hard time deciding the Jets or the Broncos. I think I'm going to go with the Jets. Look, this game I think is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people realize. The Vikings, they're a high-scoring machine. They can put up points on you. It's just turnovers, penalties, miscues. I mean, just so much wrong. So much stuff is going wrong there in Minnesota. But the Chiefs, even though they're Super Bowl champs, I feel like they're still not hitting their ceiling yet. And I'm not saying that they should. I mean, it's October. But don't be surprised if the Vikings put up a fight here. But I'm still going to go with the Chiefs in this one. But I expect the Vikings to come with the fight. Now, here we go. Sunday Night Football. You got the Cowboys and the 49ers. Man. This is going to be quite the game. And a lot of people are going to be tuning in and watching this one. Two passionate fan bases cheering on their team. Now, guys, if you can tell by the YouTube header, I'm an unbiased and realistic Cowboys fan. So I'm going to tell you straight up my pick for this game and who I believe it's going to win. And I don't mind being wrong, but I think the 49ers win. I think the 49ers win. And if you want to see more of what I have to say about that, check out my pregame prediction video. But I think the 49ers win this one. Monday Night Football, you got the Packers and the Raiders. Raiders, they're dealing with the loss. Jimmy Garoppolo, is he going to be back from the concussion protocol? Devontae Adams is outspoken. He's talking about his role in this team, talking about how he doesn't have time to wait. Green Bay Packers are looking to bounce back, and they got the extra couple of days, so I expect the Packers to win and bounce back on Monday night. But other than that, those are my picks for Week 5. Be sure to comment down below your picks. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.